Something extraordinary is on the verge of happening, and within the next few minutes your world could begin to shift in ways you haven't imagined. You are being called right now to pause and open your heart, because a message unlike any other is reaching out to you. It's not just a passing thought or a fleeting emotion. It is a spiritual awakening, a whisper from a place beyond this world, a presence stepping closer to you from beyond the veil of heaven. The moment is here, and it's sacred. If you're ready, truly ready to open yourself to this, then declare inwardly or aloud, "I am alert." Because what's about to unfold is meant for you, and it's not by chance that it comes now. This isn't a message simply crafted with words. It's a divine transmission from the heart of someone who has loved you beyond life itself, someone who now resides within the eternal light of heaven. While the Lord your God is the origin of this message, it flows today not directly from his throne, but through the heart of a soul who has crossed into eternity and who carries deep love and concern for you. This soul has seen your journey. They've stood before the divine, pleading on your behalf, and now they have been granted permission to draw close, to reach you in a way you can feel not just in your mind, but in the space around you, perhaps even in the very air of your home. So, pause whatever you're doing. Let everything else fade for a moment. Tune in with your spirit, not just your ears. This isn't a passing breeze or a pleasant thought, it is a profound truth arriving from beyond human limits. A message meant to break through your understanding and stir something ancient and powerful within you. Here it is. There is something in your life, something perhaps hidden or subtle, that has been quietly keeping you stuck. It could be a recurring thought, a toxic relationship, a wound left unhealed, or a fear buried deep beneath the surface. It's something you may have sensed, a nagging unease you've tried to ignore. Maybe you've told yourself it's nothing, or convinced yourself that this is simply how life is supposed to feel. But it's not. This spiritual being, the one who loves you so much, sees it clearly from where they are. They see the invisible bonds, the emotional and spiritual chains that have kept you from fully living in the freedom and light you were created for. And now heaven has determined that it's time. The moment for release has come. The time to shed what holds you back is now. But first, there's a truth you need to confront, gently but courageously. That's why this message is reaching you, not to frighten or burden you, but to awaken you to something powerful and healing. This loved one, this soul from heaven, has seen your quiet battles. They've watched the tears that no one else saw. They've felt your loneliness, your confusion, and your silent cry for meaning. And with all the love they can carry, they've come to bring you the key to a new beginning. The key is forgiveness. Not as a lofty idea, not as something to force yourself into feeling, but as a living, breathing pathway to freedom. You might be holding on to pain that's been living in your heart, clouding your vision, blocking the blessings that have been trying to reach you. That pain might be directed at yourself, at someone else, or even at life itself. It might have taken the form of resentment, guilt, regret, or unspoken anger. You may not have realized how much power this has had over your choices, your emotions, your relationships, and even your hope. But heaven sees it, and more importantly, heaven is offering you a way out. Forgiveness doesn't mean that what happened was right, or that it didn't hurt. It doesn't ask you to pretend or forget. It simply means letting go of the burden, handing over the weight to something greater than yourself, and choosing not to carry it anymore. And you don't have to do it by your own strength. In fact, you're not expected to. The presence of God, the support of your loved one, and the light of heaven are all surrounding you now, offering you the courage and grace to begin this process. You may be wondering how to even begin, especially if the hurt runs deep or has lingered for years. Forgiveness can feel impossible. But that's why this message is being given now, because you are more ready than you know. Your heart, softened by everything you've been through, is in a place where it can begin to release. Not all at once, not perfectly, but with sincerity. Start by being honest with yourself. Acknowledge the pain. Stop pushing it aside or convincing yourself it doesn't matter. Let yourself feel what needs to be felt. This isn't weakness, it's sacred honesty. And then, ask for help. Whisper it if you must. Cry it if you can. God, I can't do this alone. Please help me forgive. And in that asking, you'll find that help begins to flow. Peace may come slowly, but it will come. Next, release the offense. This doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt or pretending it was right. It means giving up your right to hold onto the weight of it. You place it in the hands of the divine, trusting that true justice, true healing, lies not in holding on but in letting go. This step may take time. That's okay. Let it be a process, not a pressure. You commit to the journey. Forgiveness is rarely a single moment. It's a path you walk daily. Some days will be easier than others. Old feelings may rise. When they do, remember your choice to walk this path not because it erases the past, but because it opens the future. And through each step, your loved one walks with you in spirit, offering strength and encouragement, celebrating each moment of freedom you reclaim. As you begin this sacred journey of release, something within you will begin to change. Light will return to places that have felt dim for years. The opportunities that seem just beyond your reach will begin to approach. Your heart will open more fully to love, to joy, to purpose. The relationships around you may begin to shift. New doors will begin to open. This is the ripple effect of forgiveness. It doesn't only heal you, it transforms the atmosphere of your life. Before this message concludes, there's one final truth your loved one wants you to hold tightly. Their love for you has never ended, not even for a moment. In life, they cherished you. In eternity, they continue to love, pray, and believe in you. They see your strength even when you don't. They recognize the beauty within you that the world may not fully understand. And they are with you right now, closer than you know. You have never been alone, not even in your darkest moments. So take this message, not as something to fear or rush through, but as a gentle and divine invitation. An invitation to healing, to release, and to peace. Let it settle in your soul and carry you forward. And as you do, consider sharing it with others who may need this same light. The more love we spread, the more healing we bring, not just for ourselves, but for a world that's hurting and hungry for hope. You are meant to receive this now, and you are ready. Let the healing begin. This is the time set aside for you, your moment to rise into life that has long been waiting for you. Heaven is not whispering this message by chance. It is being spoken to you because a new chapter is ready to begin. And like all beautiful beginnings, this one asks for a single but powerful act: forgiveness. This one choice holds the key to the unfolding of a future more radiant, and full of peace than anything you've dared to dream. You're not meant to carry pain forever. You were created to live in wholeness, not in chains. Within you is the light of divine love, a light meant to brighten the lives of others, to reach into places of despair and bring comfort, warmth, and healing. But how can that light shine through you if it's buried beneath resentment? How can love truly move through your heart if it is entangled in bitterness and held hostage by memories of wrongs? Forgiveness is the door to everything your soul is aching for. The anger, the grudges, the memories that sting, these are weights you were never meant to carry. They dim your light and close your heart to the full experience of divine love. It is not unknown to God that many of you have experienced deep wounds, some still fresh, others from long ago. But forgiveness isn't about pretending those wounds never happened or brushing off the real pain that was caused. It's not an invitation to invalidate your suffering. It's an invitation to liberation. Forgiveness is the moment when you choose to let the past stop dictating your emotional reality. It is the decision to end the cycle of hurt within your own spirit. It doesn't mean what happened was right. It means you're finally done letting it control your inner world. When you choose to release your pain, you're stepping into the grace that is always available to you. You're not letting the one who hurt you win, you're taking your power back. You're declaring that your peace is worth more than holding on to anger. And through this decision, you move out of the shadow of old wounds and into the light that has always been prepared for you. That's where God wants to meet you, not in the bitterness, but in the peace that comes when your heart is free. This moment calls for courage. It calls for humility and faith. But above all, it calls for trust in the one who sees your heart fully. You have been forgiven every flaw, every failure, every time you turned away from what is right. Divine mercy was not withheld from you, no matter how far you wandered. And that same mercy now calls you to extend what you have received. If perfect love can release you from the debt of your own mistakes, how can you continue to hold others hostage in your heart? This is not an easy command, but it is a command. Not to burden you, but to unburden you. Not to control you, but to release you into the life that forgiveness makes possible. It is not optional, because true love, God's love, cannot thrive in a heart full of resentment. Only through forgiveness can harmony flourish among us. Only through forgiveness can love reach its fullness. Some of you carry pain so heavy, so raw, that the idea of forgiveness seems impossible. Perhaps you've endured betrayal, loss, or cruelty that seems beyond redemption. And yet, even there, even in the most desolate places, God's presence remains. He sees your tears. He feels the ache that hasn't left your chest. He knows how your soul has cried out for justice, for healing. But the truth is that the path to healing lies in surrender. Forgiveness is not agreement with the wrong. It's your way out of the prison the wrong created. It is you refusing to let the injury define you any longer. You may not even know how to begin. That's okay. The act of forgiveness doesn't require you to feel ready, it only asks for your willingness to begin. Take it step by step, and let grace meet you there. You're not being asked to do this on your own. God's strength is made perfect in your weakness, and His Spirit will give you what you need to do what feels impossible. Come to Him with your burdens. Pour out your anger, your sadness, your confusion. He will meet you in your honesty. And from that sacred place, He will guide you toward peace. Holding on to anger is like carrying a boulder through every season of life. It crushes joy, suffocates hope, and prevents love from flowing fully. It may feel like a shield against future hurt, but in reality it's a barrier between you and all the blessings waiting to reach you. Grudges promise protection, but they deliver isolation. They keep you stuck in the very pain you're trying to avoid. They rob your spirit of the rest and renewal that only forgiveness can bring. God is asking you now to let that burden fall. The bitterness you've held onto, the resentment you've rehearsed again and again, it's time to let it go. Allow His love to soften what has been hardened. Forgiveness is a practice, not a one-time decision. It's a daily posture of release. Every time the old pain resurfaces, you can choose to hand it over again, to forgive again, to walk in freedom again. This is the way of love. This is the path of the one who knows peace. Forgiveness also opens the way for healing in relationships. Many of you are longing for restoration with someone, but pride and silence have built a wall between your hearts. You might be waiting for the other person to make the first move, but today you are being called to be the one who reaches out. Let go of pride. Open your heart to grace. Whether the other person responds or not, you will have done your part, and in doing so, you will release yourself from the inner war that unresolved conflict always stirs. For others, the person you need to forgive is no longer here. Maybe they've passed away. Maybe they've disappeared from your life completely. But forgiveness isn't dependent on the other person's presence. It is a matter of your heart. You can still forgive. You can still choose to let go. In doing so, you will be giving God permission to heal what only He can touch. There is no hurt so hidden, no wound so deep, that divine love cannot restore it. You are being called to live differently than the world around you. The world teaches revenge, resentment, and self-protection. But God is calling you to be an agent of reconciliation, a reflection of heaven's mercy on earth. When others lash out, you are called to respond with kindness. When others cling to bitterness, you are called to extend peace. When others demand repayment, you are called to release. This is how your life becomes a testimony not through perfection, but through love that forgives. This kind of love has power. It changes lives, starting with your own. Through it, your heart becomes light again, your mind becomes clear, and your soul begins to dance again in the presence of peace. There is no greater evidence of divine love at work in your life than your willingness to forgive. And there is no greater freedom than the one that comes when you finally lay your burdens down. So today, in this sacred moment, choose to forgive. Let go of what has been weighing you down. Give it to the one who is strong enough to carry it, gentle enough to heal it, and loving enough to walk with you every step of the way. You were not created to live in the shadows of hurt. You were made to shine, to love deeply, and to reflect the grace that you've so freely received. Trust that you are not alone in this journey. Your Heavenly Father is with you. He will give you the courage to forgive, the strength to release, and the love to move forward. Lean into Him. Let His presence guide you into the peace that forgiveness brings. And as you walk this path, may your life become a light that leads others into that same beautiful freedom.